And now we have our reporter Arya Siddhartha and video journalist Dian Merdekawati with the latest developments. Now, Arya, what can you tell us?
Right. So as you mentioned before, COVID cases are, yes, once again in the upswing with a 31% increase over the last 3 weeks. However, it may not be as scary as the numbers make it sound. Now, first of all, taking a look at where the cases are most prevalent, we might be able to get a clear picture about why exactly these increases are happening. Now, as you've mentioned before, the increases happening mostly around the capital area or the Jakarta metropolitan area, which contributes around 276 cases, daily cases on its own, as per yesterday, with the total amount of cases increased nationwide around 556. So a majority of those cases are coming from the Jakarta area. Now, the spokesperson for the COVID-19 task force, Mr. Wiku Adhisa Smito, has mentioned that the increase is most likely due to the subsequent increase also of public activities and events that have been currently occurring in Jakarta, most notably large events such as the Java Jazz Festival last month, or even the currently ongoing Jakarta Fair, which will be held throughout the whole month. So these types of events are very likely to increase the spread of COVID amongst the huge amount of visitors that are attending such events. Now, of course, public activity restrictions as of late are becoming much more loosened, such as, for example, now mask wearing in public areas, as you know, is currently no longer mandatory, as well as the large gatherings and the events that I've mentioned earlier. No doubt that these factors are contributing to the increase in daily cases. So, however, thankfully, the increase in cases is not followed with an increase in hospitalizations, nor is it followed in the increase of deaths, both of which are relatively stagnant and not at all to be worried. Because when you look at the cases, daily case increase itself, it is not nearly as dramatic as it used to be compared to the daily case increase in mid-2021, or even the latest one in early 2022. President Jokowi himself has stated that the current COVID-19 situation is very much under control, and he urged everyone to get their third vaccine shot or the booster shot, because very clearly that these vaccines have a big hand in suppressing the spread of COVID-19 in the current situation that we are at right now. And of course, you need all the immunity you can get, because the COVID-19 variants continue to appear. Most notably is the B4 and the B5 subvariants of the Omicron variant, which were recently detected in Bali. So these variants should be taken relatively seriously, of course, because these particular variants account for up to 13% of all the variants in the United States. So it's clearly becoming the more dominant strain of subvariants currently in the States and many other places abroad. Of course, this particular subvariant was first identified in South Africa, and it seems to be only gaining more and more dominance in other parts overseas. So far, however, in Indonesia, there's only ever been 4 cases up until now that is discovered of these B4 and B5 subvariants. And the Ministry of Health are currently hard at work researching and looking into its effect, as well as its how it stacks up with the currently available vaccines. Back to you.
Thank you, Arya. Thank you so much for the report.